What's good, everybody? What's good, man? Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Monday. How's everybody doing? Man, I hope everybody had a great weekend. Man, look. We got my new dog. Yo, my girl keep getting mad at me. She keep getting mad at me, bro, because she keep telling me I can't say that. You know, it's disrespectful to our dog. But I got a new buddy right here to come join us every day now. Like I said, I hope everybody's had a great weekend. And you know, we have some things to get to. Man, welcome to another episode of the Jayson Estrera Show, where we talk about basketball, sports, and anything that comes our way as accurate as possible. And today, we have another USA game. We got USA versus Australia. They're in Abu Dhabi right now, I believe, right? Game just happened, right? Game literally just finished like 30-ish minutes ago. So yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about some comments a comment that Jaylen Brown had put on an Anthony Davis post. But yeah, let's get into it. It's gonna be a little bit of a quick show today. Let's get right into it. Instant reaction. So USA took on Australia, and the final score. Let's take a look at this right here. Here, let me put it on in case anybody had missed it. The final score was an astonishing 98-92. Goddamn. A 6-point victory for Team USA. And they were really coasting throughout the game. So for Team USA, who led the way? It was AD, right? Anthony Davis had 17. 6 of 12 from the field. You can see this right here. 14 rebounds, 2 blocks. And Booker had 16 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 7 of 7 from the free throw line. I think he hit all of those like in the fourth quarter. Do we have? Let's give some love to Australia. Jock Landale. Don't know who he is. I'm keeping it a buck. 9 to 12 from the field. That's phenomenal. 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Hey, man, they did solid. Josh Giddey was getting off. Yeah, it was obviously a very, very surprising outcome, right? Everyone was expecting Team USA to win, but not to win by 6. And for most of the game, it was extremely... It was I was about to say extremely close. It wasn't. It was they were up by like 15 to 20 points, coasting through most of the game. And I'm watching it thinking, all right, they're just getting their rhythm down, they're getting their timings down. A little bit rusty. If we're being honest, they've had 4 days of fucking practice, 5 maybe. People were talking about Steph, Tatum and Booker were playing golf right after practice the other day, and everybody's like, this team is so relaxed, they don't care, everything's chill, and then they barely win this game. I will say this though, their starting lineup for this game was the starting lineup that I had originally said they should put out there, which is Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, LeBron James, Jayson Tatum, and Joel Embiid. And I will say, Joel Embiid to me still doesn't look great, and Anthony Davis, on the other hand, has. So that was the point where my point of contention was the center position, but they went with that starting lineup, and they started out really hot. And they pushed that lead, and then the second unit was able to come in, and you know, Australia would fight back a little bit, more so with the second unit and whatnot. But at the end of the game, if you noticed, Steve Kerr had left the second unit out there, and that was Who is it? Let me see. I have it written out right here. Where the fuck is it? Starters didn't close. Did I write it down over here? Who was it? It was Halliburton, Drew Holiday, Devin Booker, Bam, and AD. But AD had been playing with the first unit. So what they did is they swapped Bam to the center position. And then they put in, I think, Anthony Edwards at the 4. So they had 4 guards out there and a power forward. They had Drew Holiday, Halliburton, Booker, Anthony Edwards, and Bam Adebayo. So they put out a lineup that is very small. A lot of their offense was driving and kicking to the corner. Halliburton got 2 corner threes. I think someone else had gotten a corner 3 in the right side. So it really was, I think, them experimenting. I just call it what it is. I think Team USA is still experimenting with their lineups, trying to see who works well with each other, what lineups work, what lineups don't work, and ultimately they'll have their solidified sets, timeouts, rotations by the time the Olympics actually start. So that is important to note, right? A lot of people are going to be up in arms about, oh, it's a really tight game. And granted, even with those players, the game shouldn't be tight. But when you're talking about 4 players that are all out of position and all small, like Drew, Anthony Edwards, and Bam can play defense, but let's be honest, they're all pretty much out of position, and they have to try to make up for a Halliburton and a Devin Booker who isn't the greatest defenders. They're not the greatest defenders, right? And I'll get into this in a second about why offensive players all of a sudden can quote-unquote play defense on a team like Team USA. And there's a very simple explanation to it, really. But, yeah, I don't know if there's anything to go overboard on with this. I think it really was just a matter of rust, trying to find the rhythm. A lot of turnovers was just passing it in the wing, and the guy was coming up top, passing it too early, passing it too late. It was just a little bit off, right? And like I said, the lineup was, they purposely did not put their starting lineup back in there. There was a reason for that. Now, the question here, I guess, is, do other teams fear Team USA? And for me, I wonder what happened to the mentality where we're not going to give them a sign of life. We're not going to let them gain any confidence. Any fire that starts from their side, not even a fire. If there's even smoke, we put the motherfucking fire extinguisher and we snuff that out immediately. Where is the mentality to where they're just going to assert their dominance? See, there was one guy that was commenting at me, talking about, this is one game, Steve Kerr, blah, 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 blah. You're right, it's one game. And if we were talking about an 82-game NBA season, then, hey, I would shut the fuck up. But the reality is, they don't have that many games. So every game they fuck off, basically, is one less game where they could have gotten their timing, their rhythm, their sets down. Why aren't you putting these teams away by 20, 30 points? Because the starting unit was doing that on offense and on defense. Whatever happened to the? No, we're gonna put our best guys out there. They're gonna play, and that's it. There is no. We're gonna run this set. This is our philosophy. No, we're gonna put our best players out there, and they're gonna bust everyone's ass. Just let them off of the leash. And now you run into this situation where other teams see this and they're like, we really got a chance. And anyone that's played sports, anyone that's watched sports for a long time, if you could notice this, confidence can do things that don't even make sense sometimes. That delusional confidence doesn't always work. But sometimes it's enough to take a team over the top when they are good. A team that has no fear. A team that when Team USA goes on a 5, 10, 15 point run, doesn't put their head down and say, fuck, this game is over. And now they fight back, and now they put the pressure on the team that hasn't played with any pressure, really. Why? I don't get it. Like, what? There's, like I said, there's only so many games. You don't have 80 games to figure this out. And I don't want to. What am I trying to say here? I don't want to give fear too much credit in this scenario, right? I don't think that wins you or loses you games. However, if teams are watching you and all they're seeing is 20-point win, 25-point win, 15-point win, 17, 18, 20, they're going to come into the game like, fuck, we don't even have a chance. like, maybe not the NBA guys, because they played against you guys all the time. But those NBA guys, they need their role players, their other guys on their national team to step up. And you don't want them to fold. So I don't know where that got lost. Right? Team USA was all about dominance. And I don't know what we're watching. Right? And this leads me to, and I like I said, this dude was already on my ass. Is Team USA overthinking things? Are they trying to be too smart for their own good? Are they trying to do some big brain, high level, we're formulating a team, 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 not a bunch of individuals. Teams are better equipped now. They have the NBA drizzled through rosters, which helps teams feel more comfortable too. And I get that. I understand that, Elijah. However, we saw what the starting units look like in this past game. And in the game before, the second unit that had 3 players that should probably be in the starting lineup, we saw what that looked like against Team Canada. And if you are right in the sense of some of these teams are more equipped, right? Why wouldn't you go out of your way to say, you still can't fuck with us? Why wouldn't you try to, like I said, take that fire out early? Because now they come into the game with even more confidence than they would have anyway. And like I said, it's very possible this is just some fucking non-tangible thing that maybe they don't give a fuck about. But I do think that them not playing their best guys and their they started the second half with their second unit. Like, You're trying to give them reps. The starting units has the same amount of reps as they do. Why don't you let them play? Like I don't understand it. Give them the first 5 minutes, sub the whole second unit in the third. Like, haven't got to watch a game yet, but they should be able to just come out and just walk over most teams. And Elijah, they were. They were. And to me, I think I really, some people gonna hate me. I really think this is some Steve Kerr shit right now, bro. I think this is some Steve Kerr shit, trying to be a mastermind. He wants to have his imprint on this. Motherfucker, this is not about you, dog. I'm so sorry to be the one to break that to you, Steve Kerr. I get that you got hired as the coach and blah, 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 blah. Nobody came here to watch you, bro. No, nobody came here to watch you. The starters lose the lead. They were up going into the half. And then in the second half, he started with the second unit. What do you mean, Joseph? What do you mean? Like what? And like I said, man, it could just be rust. To me, it just feels like he's trying to big brain this shit. Just play your lineups and just let it play out. Like, why? I feel like he's doing too much. And that's just what it is. I felt like he was just doing too much. I feel like it from the way the starter, he just messing with the lineups, like as if I feel like he thinks he has a whole training camp. Do it not feel like that? If like we know what the starting lineup should be, no? Why didn't he start the second half with that lineup? They were up like 20 at halftime. Like, and I'll be honest, I was, and I'll go back and watch it, Joseph. I'll be honest. I was in and out of the second half a little bit. I'm gonna keep it a buck because I was like, this shit's over. Me probably like the rest of everybody's like, this shit's over. Like, it's an exhibition game. But like I said, to me, it just gives off the vibe that he's just trying to put his imprint on this. Like, you don't have to overcoach this team, man. Like, you really don't. Like, you have great players. Like, you got great players. Like, you don't have to overthink this. Like, it's best to keep things simple in this scenario. Yeah, I mean, honestly, even in the NBA too, right? Like, we've talked about, players being too into highlights and they don't keep the game simple enough anymore because the simple shit is what gets you consistent buckets. The 30-point scorers don't have a highlight every play. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think it really is something that applies across the board, right? Simplicity really does reign, right? Quality over quantity. This is stuff that we get taught in school. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not trying to bash on Steve Kerr. I was just getting on him because the whole Warriors scenario. But like I said, this could be much to do with nothing. They could just be trying out their lineups. When the second unit came back, the lead is almost single digit already. Oh, okay, I get you. But when the second unit started the second half, they kept the lead? Is that what you're saying? And then the starting unit came in and then lost the lead? Because the starters didn't start the second half, Joseph. The second half unit was Drew, Halliburton, Booker, and was it Bam and AD? I don't remember what the bigs was, but it wasn't there Steph and Braun, Tatum, and Embiid. That's not how they started the second half. And I guess the other part for them too, they got to realize this isn't an NBA game with 12 minutes. You have 10-minute quarters, and maybe Steve got. I'll give him this. Maybe he's adjusting to the international game, right? I'll give him that too, right? I'll put that out there. Maybe he has to do his share of adjusting. But yeah, it's just some things that I've noticed. So it's something to look at moving forward. Now, I'm gonna skip over this one topic actually. The lead is almost single digits. Now, I know they were talking a lot about first option, number one option, who's going to be the leader of the team. It felt like when things got a little bit stagnant for them on offense, that the ball would find Anthony Edwards or Jayson Tatum. And there's some. I felt like this in one of those years in the All-Star game when they had, I think, Bron and was on a team with Embiid, and down the stretch, instead of Bron doing some shit, he just kept dumping the ball to Embiid. The NBA the players kind of choose who the go-to people are, and it kind of seems like, at least with that unit, or maybe on this team in general, that the playmakers in those scenarios really are Anthony Edwards and Jayson Tatum. And I had thought Anthony Edwards coming in, because he could do so much with the ball in such a short amount of time. He can catch and shoot. He can catch and drive. He doesn't need to play with the ball. And super athletic and quick. Tatum is playing kind of how he's played with Boston on their finals run, right? He's catching the ball, he's making quick decisions, and he's attacking the rim a lot, creating opportunities for himself and others. Yeah, I agree. There were too many turnovers. Like I said, I think that's a lot of it too is just rust and timing. There was times they're just throwing it away. Too many turnovers for sure. And to your, the starting unit had a bunch of turnovers as well. But yeah, I don't know what y'all think, if y'all agree, but I think that Anthony Edwards and Tatum are kind of coming out as the go-to guys on this team. They've seemed to, I don't know if they've just assumed that role, but the ball seems to find them when shit gets a little bit stagnant, and they're able to make a good play. It happened this game, it happened last game, so that's something to watch moving forward. And I think with them playing the way that they're playing, it'll open up shots for Steph Curry on the 3-point line. So we'll see what that looks like moving forward, man. Now, to continue on this Jayson Tatum talk, I don't know if you guys saw this the other day, but Jaylen Brown had commented under, I don't remember if this is Team USA's post or if this is Anthony Edwards' post. And a lot of people think that this is him throwing a shot at Jayson Tatum. What do y'all think, man? A lot of people think it. A lot of people are still running with this narrative. Younger guys closer to their prime, when shit really hits the fan, may go to KD, Steph more. I didn't watch, so I don't know. KD didn't even play, dog. KD hasn't played the last 2 games. That's why I was saying the other day, just fucking put Paolo Banchero on the team. What we doing, bro? This motherfucker KD about to be Larry Bird on the 92 team. Oh, about to be Kevin Bird out there. Shit. But yeah, I agree. People are reading too much into this Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum, because here's the thing, right? Do people think that Jaylen Brown is so stupid? What you mean, bro? What about KD? He not playing. D-Book did his thing. Team injury report. Came out, yeah. D-Book definitely closed it out, and I think that might have just been like I was talking about. They're just trying to figure their system out, and maybe Booker is coming out as their sort of go-to guy with the second unit. And maybe for them that's more valuable than a 40-point win. But hey, man, hey, to each his own, I guess. But with this Jaylen Brown comment under let's take a look at this again. Like, do people think that Jaylen Brown is stupid? Like, do they think that Booker making right reads after right reads at crunch time? I mean, he's been doing it for his team, all year. So Booker is but I mean, dog. Speaking of Jaylen, imagine a Devin Booker with a Jaylen Brown in that lineup and Drew Holiday. Like, come on. I was getting so upset watching that shit. Because then you got two guys that are fucking closers with Jaylen Brown and Devin Booker. Whatever, man. Whatever. Fuck you. I don't know what the fuck these guys are doing over there. But do people think that, like, Jaylen Brown believes that his shit is hidden, that nobody can see it? Of course he's not going at Jayson Tatum. Bro. If you guys remember, what did he do the other day? Do I still have it? If you guys remember, he said this the other day at Nike. This is on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, right? Who is Anthony Edwards signed to? Adidas. It's just a shot at Nike. AE needs to improve making the right reason clutch situations, but he came out firing. Yeah, for sure, man. I agree on that. Man, I would just love to see Jaylen Brown on this team. This is obviously not a shot at Jayson Tatum. This comment that he put under Anthony Edwards' post. To your point, Joseph, he played phenomenal in the beginning of the game to start the game out. But yeah, man, this is more of Jaylen Brown again, just going at Nike. A big fuck you to Nike, because he's, this is a Nike program. Team USA is a Nike program. And he's probably just pissed he's not on this team, because how the fuck does Derek White get on there over him? No disrespect to Derek White. But it leads me to this, right? Because everyone has been talking about it. Has the world caught up? And I already said earlier, they didn't even have their starting lineup at the very end of the game. Devin Booker did a great job of closing it. They're playing these odd lineups, in my opinion, right? Super small with Bam. This could just be them trying to build the narrative. I don't know how a lot of guys aren't on the team. Hey, listen, I would love to see them go out when the Olympics start and start blowing everyone out by 40 points. Guys more deserving than Jaylen Brown? I mean, but this was what I said earlier. What Kawhi Leonard is the one that drops. You got to replace him with a wing. You can't replace him with another point guard, though, right? Like, so even though, I would love for Kyrie to get on the team, and he might be more deserving than Jaylen Brown, you got to put a wing in there. Like, who else are you going to put? If we're being honest. And like I said, KD with a calf injury, missing 2 exhibition games. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, you're the third big name on this team, and you're not playing in the exhibition games. I don't know. But has the world caught up? We're yet to see that. I think we're going to see, because in the group play, Serbia is going to be in that with USA. So we're going to see how that matchup looks like. A part of me really does believe that the reason why they have Joel Embiid is literally just for Jokic. That's literally the only reason they have him. He's not out. They don't have him for any other reason other than to go up against Jokic. Because if you look at Anthony Davis, the way he plays He's a lot more agile, a lot more quick. His style fits this team a lot more on offense and on defense. Joel at this point is a lot more one-on-one. Let's play half court. Let's make good decisions. But with a team like this, I think they should be playing faster, getting out on the break from their defense, trying to play quick. Anthony Davis fits that, in my opinion. And he frees up a lot of things for them. He could also shoot the ball. But like I said, I think they have Joel as the counter for Jokic. I literally think that's the only reason why he's there. So we're going to see, because if he can neutralize Jokic, the rest of the matchups is going to look slow for Serbia. If this team plays the way we think they're going to play. And like I think this team can still be dominant. Like what I saw from that starting five, I don't think I don't think teams are fucking with these guys, if we're being honest. For me, it's more so they just have a bunch of guys that Derek White, KD, is he healthy or not? Is Joel Embiid healthy or not? I don't know, but I don't think the world is really caught up. I think that's just a narrative that they've been trying to push, man. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you right now. I think that's just a narrative that they've been trying to push, and I think today was a good indication of that, because we didn't even put the A squad at the end out, and everybody's rusty too. Like these guys went to Vegas, played for a couple days, played a game, flew out, practiced for a couple days, and then played a game. So you got to take some of that into account as well too. But you know, like y'all said, they should be blowing these guys out, and it shouldn't even be close. But hey, thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's gonna be a quick episode today, man. I know, Elijah, I'm usually on here for like a fucking hour and a half, but it's a quick episode today. We got some stuff to do. Like I said the other day, my brother's in town, so we gonna be hanging out and kicking it. I'm Filipino, yes sirski. Wait, Joseph Salas Nakpil? You're fucking Filipino, dog. If I've ever said... You gotta answer, dog. Are you Filipino too? Yeah. No, for sure. But oh yeah. So anyway, that was my point next. So let me see. Tomorrow. I will, man. I appreciate that so much, Elijah. So tomorrow I'll come live again tomorrow. Wednesday, probably not. Thursday I'll probably get on. So, but I'll come back on when I can, man. But hey, there's no photo on your thing. It just says E, man. I'm about to get some random shit. Hutchings. Yeah, he asked the question and fucking went ghost. That ain't cool. What's good, Angel? I'm trying to wait on this shit right now. But yeah, so tomorrow I'll be live. Wednesday, probably not. Thursday, probably. Friday, maybe. I don't know. We'll see about that. But hey, man, thank you guys for hanging out with me as usual. Yo, Joseph, you better leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if you're Filipino or not. But thank you guys for hanging out with me as always. You're Guapanese. Filipinos, I knew it. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Once I seen Salas Nakpil, I was like, this motherfucker's Filipino. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all kicking it with me. I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Big bag getter. I know. I like that. But as always, you guys could have been anywhere on the internet, but y'all were here with me, and I really, really fucking appreciate y'all for that. So thank you for hanging out, man. I'll see y'all later. Thanks. Peace, peace, peace. Have a